Peace and balance, guys. So here, the full moon is actually lit right now. I am about to jump in a cleansing bath. However, I've been getting this burning desire to divine and to give some information and some guidance to the people. So that's what I want to do. I am sitting here with the Selenite sword, y'all. If you want one, drop me a message and I can get you one. But beyond that, y'all, this is to amplify clearing the energy and cutting any cords that are unnecessary, right? So if you align with that frequency for yourself, you can utilize this energy as well with me, or just simply know that's what's going on over here. We are amplifying the energy. We're calling in pristine, crystal clear, divine messages, okay? Somebody could know somebody, Christine, or the name Christine could resonate with somebody. I'm hearing that immediately. But here we go, you guys. Like, yeah, this is the time to stand in your God's goddesses, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, those that love, protect, and guide us. Thank you so very much for aligning me to this frequency. I'm asking for any messages that you have for the collective to be divined in, giving thanks for all that is, all that has, and all that will be. All that is. Ashe. All right, guys. So listen, yeah. I'm also hearing like Suzanne or Susanna. Only spirits that are healthy and of a sane conscience are welcome into this space, giving thanks for all energy transmuting and going back to its original source space holder to be transmuted and alchemized for the greater good of the planet. Ashe. Now, yeah, y'all, this is a time right now where you really need to be reflective of what your journey has been. It's time to be reflective of your energy. I'm hearing like somebody's been really working with like witchcraft, y'all, like really been out here trying to do some crazy shit to, you know, affect people's energy and such. And it's been really wild, okay? So I kept hearing that a lot, you guys, and I was just like, oh my God, okay, if that's what the energy is, then we're going to deliver that message, okay? Now, beyond that, you guys, right now, this is just a sacred time for you to explore the inner depths of yourself, okay? I'm hearing for somebody, you're confused about your purpose and what it is that you're supposed to be doing because you're not patient enough with yourself. You're not patient enough to explore the many facets of yourself. You want A to Z so fast, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to give yourself that grace, right? I'm hearing the energy of emitting forgiveness, right? Living from a space of forgiveness and inviting in forgiving energy, okay? Sometimes y'all learning to forgive people that are never going to ask for an apology for the things that they should be asking for apologies for, right? We're going to have to get to a space where it's like, I forgive you and I release you in love. Somebody right now is working at releasing something or someone in love. And it's like, yes, that's possible. It's very possible for you to release something that no longer serves you and still have love in your heart for that person or that experience or that energy, whatever that may be for you, because that's all a part of the human connection. We're all a part, we're all interconnected, y'all, no matter how we see it. You hear what I'm saying? I'm hearing for somebody else, like you're writing and you're a writer and you're not writing. This message could resonate with you. I haven't even started pulling the cards and stuff yet, but that's going to come in a minute. But somebody is a writer that's not writing right now, and you're doing things to put yourself in experiences where you should be creative, but your sacral chakra is blocked. So you need to wear more orange. You need to start utilizing the energy of the sacral chakra, which is your creative center. So you need to dance. I just posted a video on my Instagram about it, right? Dancing, moving the body is so good, right? Helps with your creative energy, helps with your creative energy flourishing coming from your hands. Somebody has like hands, their hands get hot, so they can be like Reiki healers, or they're finally just starting to feel their hands getting warm and they're realizing that there is an activated healing energy within them, right? That maybe you're connecting the dots between your past, right? And your present and your future and the way you've served and the way you've shown up, right? And how you can connect that energy to your gifts, right? And your future and, right, your present, right? So somebody could be in like self-discovery mode. There's an energy, y'all, like be prepared, because over the next, I'm going to say a couple things. These downloads that I got for like 3 years ago, And then like I just can't get it out of my conscience, y'all. I had this big like vision of California having this huge quake and like literally parts of California going under. It turns to like Hawaii, like island vibes, right? And I've never said it on camera because, like I said, it was just like a premonition or a feeling, and I don't know why I felt that. But I end up talking to people who've also had premonitions like that, y'all, and they have actually occurred, you know. And so I guess that's gonna go where the energy sways for you, but I felt that. So I'm just going to share that energy. Also, for some of y'all have been experiencing the calls of the light workers, which is time to relocate, right? Time to get to a new space and time. And y'all going to have to honor that. Y'all are going to have to move into a different timeline. So important. I'm here in my squeaky clean bathroom. I just gave her the best rub down. But my restroom is also my favorite space, so if you know me, which y'all don't, but if you knew me, you would know one of the first things that I do when I move into a home space is like go to the restroom. I really can kind of care less about everything. I just want to make sure there's a tub. I want to make sure that I feel, you know, and that's that. And so, yeah, restroom is the first, and it's also the first thing that I decorate, y'all, that I put any energy into. So we're going to call this bathroom tarot. Magic nonetheless. Magic nonetheless. Okay. So, yeah, this full moon was bugging, y'all. I'm just gonna share those downloads, and as everything comes in for me, I'm just gonna share it with you guys. I'm looking forward to sharing more. But for right now, I just really want to say thank you. If you are listening, you're supporting, if you're liking, if you're subscribed, if you've shared, if you've commented, if you've sewn into my ministry or my mission, just thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so very much. I deeply appreciate you, and I'm truly honored to be a vessel of the divine and to share God's love and God's work with the people, and just keep us connected to our truths through truth, right? And then the discovery of what our personal truth is, right? So I'm just going to continue to divine in, and I'm feeling like cards are going to come up, and I'm just going to flow like that one by one until I'm released tonight, okay? So we're going to start here. We got Nine of Swords. So for somebody, you're having a lot of anxiety and you're not able to sleep. Somebody could be pregnant. I'm hearing 9 months, and that could be what's causing them a lot of anxiety. Somebody might resonate with the rose. Someone's name might be Rose. But it's an energy of like not being able to rest because somebody might have made a decision. And like, yeah, if you look at the Nine of Swords, she's in the bed. So somebody could have maybe had a one-night stand or some kind of wild night and ended up getting pregnant. And like there's a high anxiety about it, right? There's an energy of you need to grant yourself some rest and you need to learn the lesson that's associated with this experience, okay? Yes, it's painful. Yes, you're going through it. Yes, it hurts right now. Yes, you're confused. But everything is a lesson. Every experience is coming through for us to show up greater for ourselves. And I'm hearing also this is not your first time in this experience, okay? So this could be a recurring thing, and this is just the one that wakes you up. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes the divine works with us like that, where we have to really be shaken up in order for us to be woken up, right? And so this is the energy of you're going to be okay, right? You're in the Nine of Swords now. 10 is the end of that. So like, I feel like there may be something else unexpected that has to occur, right? Or that occurs. But I feel like you're going to be okay. I feel like there's going to be rest at the end of that. Yeah, judgment. So you are going to move in alignment with your purpose. And that's whatever you feel. That's whatever you feel. And for some of you, I'm just going to give you that. It is giving abortion. Somebody is going to definitely have an abortion. And if you will, that is something, a contract that you have between you and God. And what you can't do is let nobody judge you for any decision that you make for you or yourself. And in addition to that, Yeah, you got to stay real close to God. For somebody, you need to stay prayed up. You need to make sure that you're staying prayed up and that you're staying close to God. Whatever prayers, like prayers when you're talking to God. And people really take that for granted. They take granted the time that they could sit up and talk to God because they'd be so ready to do something and move and get around. So take some time to actually talk to God. If that message resonates, comment. Please let me know. I love you. Much love to you. Okay. For somebody else, we got Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is giving a masculine energy. Somebody is feeling like a Knight of Pentacles because they're feeling like they're not in reverse. They're not in their creative energy, or they can't think of what's a good foundation for them to start a business or some sort of expansive project with, right? Someone's feeling like something is not working out in their favor. Could be financially, could be in relation to their project. It's a masculine energy that feels like they're not a good provider, right? Or they're not strengthening their provision. So this is saying that you need to strengthen your root chakra. You need to connect to the earth in a deeper way. You have to have understanding why you have the issues with money that you have. It's not really about your business ideas not being successful or even these new contracts that are coming in for you. It's not about that. It's about you having issues with finances the way you do. And so only you know what those issues are, but I need you to know they're issues and they're present. And if you work through them and you ask God maybe why you have the issues with money that you have, or you know, whatever you believe in, you go out in earth, like I said, hug a tree. Trees, they say money don't grow on trees, when actually they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's the biggest oxymoron. Maybe some of y'all have never hugged a tree in your entire life. I'm definitely talking to you, right? Go hug a tree and ask the tree to give you wisdom on your understanding and your understanding about finances and about money. Ask that to happen, right? Your ideas are genius. Yeah, you've got Wheel of Fortune. Your ideas are genius. You know, everything that you're coming up with is absolutely magical, but you're not seeing abundance the way you need to see abundance. You're seeing abundance possibly through a Knight energy, which is a fairly immature energy as a reader of tarot. It's not a king, right? So, and you're in reverse. So you're really not in your king bag, right? And so if you want to be a better provider, you have to first understand what your connection and relationship is with money and how you can improve that, okay? Happy full moon, you guys. I love you. Thank you for being here. I hope this message resonates. So thankful to be here channeling messages for you all. If that message resonates, comment below. Love you. Thank you so very much. For somebody else, you could be going through a cleansing of a cycle. For somebody, it could be like the last 5 months could have been like a real deep cleansing cycle for somebody, where somebody had to really channel some powerful, and see, 10 of Pentacles came out right under that. So this could be in relation to finances. Somebody did like some powerful work in relation to finances and possibly their relationship with money, like I was saying in the previous cards. And that's what opened them up to 10 of Pentacles, because I feel like somebody has always been in 10 of Pentacles energy. They always receive, they've always been gifted, they've always been given. But because they view Pentacles only as maybe, the paper dollar instead of, love, or, being gifted certain things, or certain time being gifted to you from other people, because time is a gift. People don't have to gift us their time. They really don't. Y'all take that for granted, but that's another topic for another time. There's an energy here of rebirthing in your finances, moving into 10 of Pentacles. Somebody's going into partnership, and they're probably like a single parent. I'm getting, it could be a woman with a son coming into a partnership. It could be something interracial. Somebody could be closing out a cycle of, and I'm hearing like a mother that's native, could be Indian, or I'm also hearing like abuela, okay? And yeah, white hair. There's another abuela lady in this one too. Yeah, it's giving abuela. But anyway, this is giving an energy of rebirthing your finances, having a new understanding of what abundance really and truly is for you. Now, abundance is going to look different for everybody. For somebody, abundance is just living paycheck to paycheck. For somebody, abundance is living in a $5 million mansion. For somebody, abundance is just, raising their children and being married and cooking and, having soccer trips with their family and traveling for the rest of their lives. Everybody looks at success and abundance differently. It's important for you to determine your long-term goal with success. I'm hearing stop being so moment to moment with temporary things that allow for satisfaction and gratification, and open yourself up to more expansive opportunities. For somebody, I'm hearing connect with the grandmother. This grandmother could have already transitioned. I'm hearing Gabriella. Hearing Gabby, or I'm hearing Estine or Estine, something like that. Okay. But yeah, this is closing out that cycle. So yeah, and it's also collaboration. So not only are you closing out a cycle that doesn't serve, but you could potentially be going into business with somebody that is supporting you with closing out that cycle, because they are too tied to that same abundance frequency that I'm trying to get you to get on, so that you can understand. For somebody, Four of Pentacles, and then we've got that with Five of Wands. For somebody, your message is you're better with a team. For some of you, you don't know how to collaborate. You have to learn how to collaborate and deal with people and communicate with people who don't think like you. The reason why you stay in your pattern is because you surround yourself with people, right, that are okay with you at the space that you are and don't challenge you to grow and be a stronger individual or person, right? And so Spirit is saying you can expand by collaborating with people who don't think like you, hearing their perspectives and their alternatives. Maybe for somebody it's going to school, taking up a course in something that you feel like you want to learn a little bit more about. It could be like finance, right? I'm hearing for somebody, it could be journalism. Somebody wants to write, right? You might be going to school, taking a journalism course, or signing up for, an internship. I hear that could go positive for somebody who's looking to do like an internship. I heard that. Or like a script. I also heard somebody could be writing a script, and that's going to be successful as well. But you've got to collaborate. You've got to communicate with people so that you can expand your vision. And you want to be around people who are about the team, people who are about everybody being well and not just one person doing better, and then being able to come from a perspective of looking out instead of inspiring, you to show up as a greater version. And this is why Four of Pentacles is in reverse. For somebody, you're stingy with your money, and stingy energy begets you stingy energy. If you act stingy with your finances, God's going to act stingy with your finances. In the bank of the infinite universe, why would the bank of the infinite universe be stingy to you unless you reaping what you're sowing, right? We're going to call a spade a spade. So for some of you, you want to make sure that you're sowing money into fertile spaces, in fertile ground, people who are doing holy things, right? Or spiritual things. And the Bible talks about tithes in the storehouse, and I've got my perspectives on that. That's another story for another time. But putting your finances into spaces that you feel are doing God's work, people, purchasing things that are healthier and clean for your family. We're not carnivores, because if we were carnivores, what eats things live? Like tigers and lions, things like that. And when they eat them, they don't cook it, y'all. They don't season it. You feel me? We got to do something on something on something in order to eat the meat that we say we're supposed to be eating. Something ain't right. That's not carnivore energy. What we do eat of are the plants of this earth. Those are the only things that we can put straight into our body and not have to process, that can fully hydrate and nourish us. So for somebody, you need to collaborate with people who don't think like you so that you can expand your mind, your life. For somebody, your experiences, I'm hearing, and your finances, and I'm hearing your friendships are ready for an upgrade. You're ready for friends that are actually supportive of your visions, and friends that will listen to you, and friends that will encourage you to be your greatest version. And the only thing that's been stopping you from having that is your belief in you're deserving of that. Sometimes people let time hold them hostage from expanding. They're just like, oh, well, this person has so much time. I've known them so long. Y'all, I journeyed through that. I'll be real honest. I journeyed through a lot of, oh, this person had so much time with me, and that holding me hostage. So once I came out of that energy where I began to understand that time is not a determining factor in anybody's position in my life began to expand, because then it became based on how people treat you in the now and not how long you've known them. Not what role, it's literally how are you showing up right now. All of that's cool, but what's up right now? And for some of you, Nine of Pentacles, that's the reason why your finances have been so affected, because you're holding on to people and energies that probably wish, Eight of Pentacles, it went down. People who wish bad on your finances, they're really close to you, is what it's giving. You got people surrounding you who are like vampires, who are just happy to just see you drowned, but pretend. Vampires don't always look like they got them fangs. They pop up cute first, right? And handsome or whatever the hell. And then they smile and then they get wicked and you see them. That's how people are. So some of y'all got people that are smiling in your face. I'm hearing that song, smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. It's an energy of, people not really being who they are. They're really vampires. They're people who are parasitic, people who, are not on your team. So yeah, switch up your environment. And for some of you, you already know who you are. That's like, this isn't nothing but confirmation. This isn't something I'm telling you that's new, okay? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles came out. For some of you, you're about to experience, a wild financial increase with this Pentacles and the Fool. Somebody is about to travel and receive like a wild financial increase. Somebody is like, rabbits could be a key, or somebody could have been thinking about a rabbit, or maybe someone has a rabbit. But the reason why they're going to receive this wild financial increase is because they have faith in God. I shared like last week or so, you guys, that the reason why God trusts me with such sacred information and, all the things that I share with you all when I'm with you or when I'm doing this work in this way, is because I have faith in things that I don't see. Most people have to see things in order to believe it. They have to see you in the Rolls Royce before they believe that you are talking about anything worth listening to. Some people have to see you, go through struggle and, come on the other side for them to be inspired by you. Some people have to, like, that's just a part of the journey. You know what I'm saying? So this gets to a point where, like, your faith has to be bigger than the things you see. I don't have to see it to believe it. I can close my eyes and see certain things. I close my eyes and pray and talk to God and I feel certain things. So I know certain things are supposed to happen. I have an expectancy of spirit, if you will, for certain areas of my life. You know what I'm saying? And because I have that energy, I feel like that's that childlike energy. Somebody's like inner child is possibly being restored. When I think of rabbit, I think, and then there's dog in the Fool card, so when I think of rabbit, I think of like feminine, soft energy. Somebody is like softening to like the reason why they've been possibly not on their financial throne. And that is bringing about understanding on how to increase their finances. But I also feel like somebody's taking a trip, and I'm getting Leo season, which we're in right now, okay? So somebody is taking a trip, possibly in Leo season, and on that trip, I'm hearing before that trip, this person is, they're planning on something. There's an expectancy. Like I said, that expectancy spirit. Somebody could be expecting something to happen while they're on this trip, and it actually does. And so this is just, the reason why it happens for this person is because God is using you as an example of faith to help people have real faith, and not just the faith that they talk about and pretend they have, but the real faith, right? Moon, the both sides of faith, the light and the dark. Believing when it's hard, believing when it's easy, right? Having a knowing. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Or you just talking? They always say, like, you've seen Twilight, that movie, right? You know how when he stared in her eyes, he imprinted on her? Like, we can do that with the things that we want. We can go into the neighborhoods that we want to live in, because we're like standing in that area and being in that energy, we're actually exchanging energetic fields with that. Everything is energy, y'all. It's science. We're sharing space with that space, which is putting our energy on that frequency. And this is why I encourage people to test drive that car that you want, okay? Because once you've had yourself in it and you felt yourself in it and can feel even more like, yes, I want this car, that's telling God you want it to happen, and it will happen. Same thing with your house. Same thing with whatever else it is that somebody is trying to call into their life with God, trying to ask God for, right? There's faith, and then there's faith with works, and then there's faith without works. And for some of y'all, you've been doing the same shit for the same, expecting a different outcome, and it's not going to happen. You're going to keep yourself in that cycle. So it's giving to something else, right? Chariot, this is the Cancer card. Not biased, but I'm definitely a Cancer. It's your girl. So somebody could be a Cancer. Somebody could be dealing with family wounds and inner child wounds. Somebody could be realizing that their inner child wounds are coming up and they're connected to family matters, right? Somebody could be healing family matters as well with the Cancer energy, because the Cancer card is it's a card of family, right? So somebody could be in a space of healing family matters, applying more emotion to family matters, being honest, about feelings, holding space for opinions and feelings that are not necessarily theirs, but necessary and part of the journey for 10 of Cups, which is peace and unity, possibly within a family. I think there's also a trip coming up where a family is going, right? Or somebody's going to arrange for some kind of trip to happen where family is going to be a part of it. And I think like somebody has something to tell the family. I'm hearing somebody has something to tell the family about something, but they're going to want to tell them on some kind of trip. Or somebody's going to take somebody on a trip, a bunch of people going on a trip, and somebody's going to drop like some information on the trip, okay? It feels safe. It just feels like it's a bummer. Maybe there's a lot of grief. I felt a little grief when I said that, so people might grow a little sad or something like that. Yeah, but ultimately this is saying family matters are things that, there was this girl talking today. I don't remember on what she was saying, but she was saying on the other spectrum is some things you got to cut off, and you can't just say, oh, because we're family, we have to. Again, that's that time piece, and not judging them according to who they are now, right? If we judge Malcolm X for who he was before he turned his life over, he was just a Chicago killer. You know what I'm saying? But we knew him now. We don't even take note of that shit that he was before. We only see him as Malcolm X the Great, the legend, right? So that's what's most important. People will judge you for who you currently are. They'll remember who you were, but who wants to live in who you were when there's so much fucking life happening now? Why would you live in what was when you can be in what is right now? You're missing what's happening in this world because you're stuck in the past. Crazy. That's crazy, guys. Okay, so for some of you, listen, a couple of things that I want to suggest. Energy healing, clearing out that womb space, that sacral chakra, clearing up your womb. For some of you, you might have had like fibroids or PCOS or infertility or like hysterectomies, any womb trauma, any type of womb trauma. And we're just going to say it, any type of trauma to the womb does disconnect you a little bit. Even if the energy is still there, you know what I'm saying? It does create a static in the cord, right? So what we want to do is we want to build possible experiences and herbs or remedies up before that becomes the point, right? So that we can be sure that we're well. And I think that that's important, so if I would tell anything to any younger girls, it's please be mindful of your body. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful of how you share your energy, most especially your womb. And men too, your phallus is sacred. Your body, your organs are sacred. You don't just let any old body have access to your body, because energy is very real. People are not in healthy spaces when they engage in sexual energy. And what happens is all of their energy, their negativity, their lies, their traumas, their demons, all of that it comes right on to you. And if you're somebody oblivious and don't even know that, or you're moving around like you don't know that you're gonna hold all of that in your womb or whatever, you're going to experience a rough life up until your womb starts going through the crazy stuff inside. Then it has to start showing you outside with fibroids. Fibroids, you're not listening. History. Okay, boom, let's get rid of it, right? And then now there's so much static in the cord. There's just so much static in the cord, okay? And we all come from the womb, so we're not meant to be walking around here without it, right? What's stopping us from having everything that God created us? Is it diet? Is it energy? What is it? Somebody, y'all, whatever you want to call it. So those are some practices. So dance more, move your womb, y'all. Consume red raspberry leaf teas. Ladies and fellas, be mindful of your bodies. Don't just run around here and share yourself. Gift your energy to everybody. Everybody's not deserving of your energy. Y'all are royalty. Some of y'all are like real royalty, reincarnated. And y'all just running around here acting peasant, and it's just not okay. You know what I'm saying? So tap into your body, y'all. Some of y'all, like I said, it's some sacral work. For some of you, it's the heart and the throat. It's time for you to start giving and receiving love, right? Freely, okay? And speaking and communicating your truth. Some of y'all got a lot of pain in your heart that you haven't talked about. And what's pain in your heart when it's not talked about? Well, we just talked about the womb showing up as, fibroids, hysterectomy, all of those things. So that's congestive heart failure. Can you imagine? That's thyroids right here off up in the throat. All of that is the energy. It's the energy of not cleansing your womb after not being mindful about it, or while y'all have the opportunity to plant seeds of prosperity with yourself, to be mindful with your reproductive organs, not being mindful, right? And then just moving around. You hold that energy. Every time you don't say something that you want to say, you hold that energy in your throat. You swallow it back down and it sits in your chest. Each time you're supposed to say something and you don't, you swallow it down and it sits right there in your chest. How many times do you think that you can swallow down what you're supposed to say per the divine, per God, and your chest be okay? That's what I want to ask. Exactly. So this is a season for somebody to start communicating and articulating their truth. It's time for you to stand up for yourself. It's time for you to be that strong person or individual that God created you to be. It's time for you to really love yourself. And loving yourself is showing up for yourself. It's being true to yourself, your desires, your wishes, your dreams. It's being true to your own health and your own diet, right? Your own way of thinking and being, your creativity. It's ownership. For some of you, it's ownership of our own journeys. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that's the end of the transmission. I just wanted to share that. If any of this resonates, y'all, please comment below. Let me know. I love to hear from you. Again, happy full moon. It's so beautiful out. I believe this is the full moon in Aquarius. And so y'all, we're in the age of the Aquarius right now, cosmically. So this is just a time for knowledge. A lot of y'all are going to be having headaches. If you start having a headache between now and the next couple of days, that's associated with a DNA upgrade. This will be your body upgrading and your cells upgrading to accommodate the new frequency of knowledge, right? Somebody could be learning a lot, right? And their mind is expanding, and that's what's allowing them to move forward, if you will, okay? So, yeah, this is just a really wicked time for us to tap into infinite knowledge, God, right? So we can stop seeing each other as competition and really understand that we're all out here on mission. Bingo. I love you guys. Peace and blessings.